Yes, Samuel, thank you so much. My name is Zelkifli Fonja. Everyone calls me Zul because it's easy. I have a complicated name like my nation, Cameroon. And it's really a pleasure to have you again in Morocco to be on this platform together.
Yes, we've been coming to Morocco and thankful for your involvement. But begin, talk us through your involvement in this project and definitely how far we've come, especially talking from the securing the Afcon, the Afcon bid, the World Cup bid. Now we're here. Talk us through the journey and your involvement in this process.
Yeah, well, Morocco has had this vision of hosting the African Cup of Nations 2024 for a long time. I mean, since President Lekja arrived as president of the Royal Morocco Federation around 2013, I was still heading Africa affairs at FIFA at the time. And the first time we met, I was telling him, Mr. President, you have these resources of Morocco at FIFA that has not been used around such and such amount. It was around maybe 2.5 million at the time. And I said, what do you want to use it for? And he looked at me and he said to me, that money won't be enough for what I want to do. And I looked at him, I said, either this man is a genius or he's a lunatic. Because it was the first time I was having a real conversation with an FA president about football development that made sense to me. He said, I want to build 250 pitches in Morocco. Okay, I want to build a technical center that does this and this and that. And I was looking at him and thinking, but 250 pitches, how are you going to get the money? He said, that's why I told you, your money is not going to be enough for me. Okay, so it shows you what the man is, shows that the country has had a vision, and then they have the man to implement that vision. So we then started working with Morocco. My involvement with Morocco started at that time when I'm still at FIFA as Africa Development Director at FIFA. So that's when my involvement starts, because from 2013 until 2017, before I left FIFA, I was working with these guys. Then I kind of stepped away a little bit, and then around 2022, we started thinking about how to support Morocco after the failed bid for the World Cup 2026. I thought, okay, we need to review a little bit our strategy, and then we started pushing. We needed Afcon. We got the Afcon 2025, and this is all because there is a country that has a vision. They want today to be seen as leaders, not only in sport, but in diplomacy and in many fields. We are also leading today digital innovation in Africa. They have this Digital Morocco 2030. This is a big vision to develop the digital architecture of Morocco. So we're talking about a country that has vision, that wants to do things. And today they got the World Cup 2030 with Portugal and Spain, the Africa Cup of Nations. We just had a beautiful Women's African Cup of Nations. There is going to be in Morocco the World Cup under 17 Women's World Cup for the next 5 years, starting this year. So huge opportunity, not just for Morocco, but for Africa as a continent, to show what we are capable to do when we are trusted. Okay, but getting that trust is not easy. People need to see that these guys are working, and that's what Morocco has been able to show the world, that we do the work. It's hard, but we do it, and we have the willingness to do it, and we have the means to do it. And I think this is where everyone should be headed. First, to have a vision, and then look for the means to implement that vision.
All right, and definitely we've seen the past few days, this tour of facilities, stadiums, hotels, the train, electric train, and quite a number of infrastructures we've been able to witness in preparations for the Afcon. What's on your mind when you're talking about preparations on the sides of Morocco? How will you rate the readiness and also review of the infrastructure in place to put up a very fantastic Afcon?
I mean, look, I mentioned the World Cup earlier. So at the moment, everything Morocco is doing is a foundation for the World Cup. Okay, and we see already a lot of infrastructure, but this is just one bit of what Morocco is planning for the World Cup. I mean, the World Cup, the entire World Cup projects is huge. Train station, you've got infrastructure like buildings here, hotels, five stars hotel, luxury hotel. It's amazing. It's huge, and it's all over the country. As we were traveling around, you saw like it looks like the whole country is under construction, right? Because that's what they want. They want for the World Cup. And all this infrastructure we've seen just opposite the Marriott Hotel. There is a stadium there that has been finalized for the Africa Cup of Nations. I mean, this thing has just been done in less than a year and a half. I mean, it's crazy just to think about how fast projects have been implemented. Okay, so they're up for the challenge. We've seen today all the infrastructure for the Afcon are ready. So if they said the Afcon is tomorrow, Morocco is ready, right? But we are 3 months away from the Afcon, and I think Morocco is going to put an amazing feast during the Afcon because we know you've been here several times. Myself, we see Moroccans are crazy about football. The culture is amazing. People are very very welcoming. So Africa and the world are welcome, and Morocco is really today at the center of the world. Okay, in less than 3 months, all the cameras of the continent are going to be turned into Morocco. So they want to show Africa that you are at home, and they want to show people coming in 2030 that you will be at home here, and you are going to have an amazing time, and you're going to have an amazing competition.
All right, definitely as an African that we both are, I don't know how much this bothers you and also what will be your message to the continent of Africa, seeing the amazing projects Morocco has set up and also the incredible result they are also already getting, at various level results on the pitch, the women's back-to-back finals, qualifying for the World Cup for the first time in 2023, also ensuring that yes, on the 17 World Cup they are there. And it's incredible. Finals, back-to-back finals. It's not something you overnight you just can achieve against strong powerhouses in women's football. You see the men to, get into the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Absolutely.
They're looking at very strong contention. Now you have their players also gaining great reputation home and abroad. They just want the chance. So I don't know, how do you think this intentional development is like translating to result for them?
Oh
What
my
will be your
God!
message
Oh my
to
God! Where do you
Africans?
want us to start? I mean, this is crazy. Look, remember we said everything is about a vision. Okay, so this is a country that has vision, and unlike where we come from, you and I, you come from Nigeria, I'm from Cameroon. We are brothers and neighbors and all that. We live the same type of challenges, right? Our focus often is the national team, but here they've taken it just right. It's the bottom of the pyramid. They start, they created proximity pitches everywhere in Morocco. We were visiting not too long ago. We went to Saleh. We saw all those small pitches just to give kids the opportunity to play, right? Just that, imagine when we look at it, and we're always thinking, oh my God, if this pitch was in my area in Cameroon, we will be having like 10,000s of Roger Millers and the Samuel Eto'o and all that, right? Because that's what it is. So the transformation of Moroccan football starts from there. They develop so many proximity pitches. The clubs are all structured. You talk about women's football. They structured women's football. They came late into the women's football, but they're among the top today. We say top two because that's what it are. I mean, they just saw the final against Nigeria after having a huge opportunity to win. So they structured completely the women's football. The federation, the Royal Football Association Federation of Morocco, is supporting clubs, paying women to play football. They're contributing to around 250 euros as the salary. This is huge. I mean, in where we come from, even the men playing leagues, they're not having 250 euros a monthly. We have to be serious with ourselves. So all this transformation is not magic. It's just because some people sat down and they decided that this is what we want, this is what we want to achieve. And they put the means to do that and they start working. They've been pushing to do that. So it's not a surprise that Morocco is at the final of the Afcon. They just won Shan. I mean, we are talking about a country that has one of the strongest leagues in the continent. So it comes at no surprise that they will go and win Shan, because these guys are playing the league here together, right? They're playing the Butula together. So that's where we start. Where do we start? So for us, this is a huge task. We need to be humble, go back to our nations and say, guys, we want to do this, let's do it properly. Let's take the time to sit down and think about what our football should be. But people, they are just in hurry. Everyone just wants to win. You want to win Afcon, you want to win World Cup. Morocco has not won Afcon in a long time. They have not won the World Cup. But they were there, they were at the semi-finals of the World Cup 2022 because they put the work and they are patient. So these things, when you start working properly, it takes patience. Today, there is no Moroccan football player who does not want to play for Morocco. Even those born abroad, they all want to play for Morocco. But Nigeria and Cameroon, our top players, they cannot come to Cameroon. They cannot go to Nigeria. Why? Because the structure is not there. So when this guy comes, I mean, we've been to that technical center. It's like a luxury facility. So why would you not want to go in that facility to train? This is the reality. This is what we are facing. So we have to be serious about ourselves. If you want to achieve this thing, we can go win Afcon, we can go, but we do it because maybe we are used to, maybe we are strong, but it's not because we have a strategy, we have a structure that allows us to do that. Okay, and that allows us to do that repetitively. But these guys from the under 15 top, they are ready for everything. And it's a bit of shame. We feel the pain, and we just hope when Afcon is coming, we are just making noise because we are used to winning. That's all.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you
It's a
so much.
pleasure.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
so
much for
much.
this. We hope we can do this
Thank you.
during the Afcon, and
Thank
hope
you.
everyone out there will also.
Everyone knows who is winning this Afcon, right? We are not going to say it. That's where I come from.